Hello, I'm Chris Fotos with AviationWeek.com. I'm here at Washington Dulles Airport for a tour of the AeroTrain, which opens to the public on Tuesday, January 26th. And it's so windy out there, I had to come into my car to tell you that. As this schematic shows, the first phase of the system, the part that opens on Tuesday, connects the main terminal to concourses A and B. The C station is at the site of a future permanent midfield concourse that will be built when demand requires. It can be used for the current C gates by use of a walkway with moving sidewalks. We're 60 feet underground, but the light actually is pretty good down here.
As I mentioned before we left, we're in this station right here, which is underneath this future concourse. So above us, in the future, we will construct a brand new concourse. That's why this station is located here, because this, as we mentioned, the train system is about the future of Dulles. And that's why we built this station, this location, because this is exactly where the new concourse will go. And so what you have here is the station that will serve the C concourse. We will show you there's a temporary connection between this station and that C concourse. Even behind you, on both sides behind you in this big gray area, are the areas, vestibules that we've reserved for the future escalators that will ultimately just take you right up to the new concourse once it is constructed.
One very helpful feature of the system is it's going to tell you how long you have to wait.
You want to hold up?
This is just looking backwards from one car to another. We're over here in the B terminal now, and this is not a mock-up, this is actually Daedalus hanging from the ceiling. Very different look and feel here than in C, which will make it easy not to get lost. This is a good overhead view of the B station.
So
Nice handy maps inside the train. I'm just standing on a bridge here in the main terminal underground. And kind of a nice space-age floor here. Mr. Bennett, could you tell us a little bit about the funding process for this project and how hard a slog that was for you?
Well, the funding for this project is primarily being financed from two sources. Passenger facility charges that the customers using the airport pay, and then also revenue bonds that we've sold over the years to help fund some of this. So those are the two primary sources of funding.
How long ago were those bonds sold? Because I'm wondering if the recent economic crises we've been trying to survive had any effect on the funding of this project at all.
It has not, because most of the funding for this project was put in place prior to the current economic situation. We've been building on this since October of 2002.
Right.
So the finance plan and a lot of the financing mechanisms were put in place in past years. And so the current downturn has not had an impact on the funding of the project.
So the bonds plus the PFCs put this on a really solid footing.
That's correct.
How hard a sell was this to get the airlines come on board for such a massive project?
Well,
that affects the future for so long.
Yeah, and that's always a challenge in the airline industry and airport and airline relationships. But on this project, our airline partners were very supportive of this project. Once again, the negotiations that put this in place go back to 1999 and the year 2000 time period. And so they were very supportive of the project. They recognized the need for this program and the additional capacity at the airport.